Hi everyone, it's Lottie. I'm back with a brand new video. This will be the second instalment in my Toddler Travel Tips series. The first video covered what to pack in your toddler's bag for a stress-free flight. I recommend you pop back and watch that one as well. This one is going to be dedicated to how to prepare your toddler emotionally for a flight, so what to do with them leading up to the flight itself, how to ensure that they are in the know on the day. So keep watching and benefit from my experience as a mama of a very well-travelled toddler. So as you can see, I'm recording this video in my son Finn's bedroom. I thought that that was quite appropriate as he is probably the most well-travelled toddler that I know. He absolutely loves flying and going on holiday. So I decided to record in here today. There are a number of things, quite easy and simple things that you can do in the days and weeks leading up to taking your toddler on holiday. Let's start with probably the easiest of the tips that I have for you today. That is buying books. So if you have a look around your local bookstore or on Amazon, you will find plenty of books that are dedicated to aeroplanes and airports. Reading these books together with your toddler in the weeks leading up to your flight will help to ensure that they know what to expect when the big day arrives. A toddler who is in the know is more likely to be relaxed and content and confident in the experience that they're about to have. I touched on this a little bit in my previous video, but I wanted to discuss it again because I really think this is probably the easiest and the best tip that I have for you. It's quite likely that your toddler hasn't been on a flight before or not for a while, thanks to the pandemic. So new experiences can spark a little bit of anxiety in toddlers as well as in adults as well. If your toddler has a little bit of information on what it's going to look like inside an aeroplane, how an airport works, the steps that you're going to have to go through from arriving at the airport to boarding the plane, they're not going to be as unpleasantly surprised if something comes up that they weren't expecting. There's a lots of different sights, smells and experiences that can be had during this process. It will also give them time to feel excited about this new thing that they're about to experience. Going on an aeroplane is a pretty awesome thing to get to do when you're a toddler. So if you can make this an exciting experience for them, make the flight itself part of the holiday. And especially for toddlers who are already into things like transport or space, they're going to be particularly excited to have this experience with you. I recommend books by publishers such as Usborne. Some of Finn's favourite books are Little Worlds at the Airport, The Ultimate Book of Aeroplanes and Airports, Usborne's Look Inside an Airport, and Usborne's Peep Inside How a Plane Works. You can pick these books up pretty cheaply on Amazon. You might even find them secondhand on there. And if you just every now and then take them out while you're with your toddler, read through them and ask your toddler if they have any questions about what they're reading. All of these books are bright, bold and colourful, and you're really going to enjoy reading them with your toddler as the big day approaches. Okay, my second tip is TV and YouTube. So if you allow screen time in your family, it's a really good way to support what you've been reading in your books to actually watch it on a YouTube video. So you could search for shows, or you could search on YouTube things like how an aeroplane works, or how is aeroplane food made, what does it look like inside an airport, those kinds of things, and you can sit together and have a look, see what you can find. I recommend you put at least an hour aside for this sort of activity because most likely while you're searching, other things are going to come up that you want to search for, so you want to leave enough time that you can really sit down, have a conversation with your toddler about what you find and carry on searching if they have more questions. It all depends on where your toddler's main areas of concern are, but I definitely think that watching planes take off or having a look around cockpit or in the airport where they make the food for the plane, those kinds of things generally will put your toddler's mind at ease. So the next one is talking it all over. Once you've finished watching your shows and you've read all the books, it's a good idea to ask your toddler if there's anything they would like to talk to you about before they fly. Younger toddlers or toddlers with communication difficulties might not come out with, "I'm a bit scared to have this new experience with you." They might be a bit more clingy than usual. This is a sign that you need to spend a bit more time with them, sitting down, just explaining through what's going to happen, and tell them that you're going to be there with them the whole time and that you're going to look after them and nothing bad's going to happen and it's going to be fun, and all of these other things that you can say to put their mind at ease. I made a point to put aside some time for this with Finn before he went on our most recent flights. His first flight was when he was, I think, 6 months old, but post-pandemic flights, I wanted to talk it all through with him properly because I have a phobia of flying. And that's something I did not want to pass on to Finn. So I wanted to make sure that he was absolutely confident going on a plane again. And thankfully, he absolutely adores flying. So talking to him about a flight leading up to it just builds the excitement in him and in the whole house, really. We end up with a really electric atmosphere with him running around shouting about how he gets to go on an aeroplane again. So really talk it up to your toddler and give them the opportunity to ask any questions, any concerns that they might be having. And as I said before, with the pandemic just behind us, there could be some fears that come up for a toddler who's going to be going out in public in a busy place if they're not used to that for the last few years. So just bear that in mind. Let them know it is going to be crowded in the airport and it is going to be crowded on the aeroplane, but that's okay and you're there to support them. Following on from the last one, my next tip is to do some role play. So this might happen organically with your child if you're talking about their concerns. They will often grab some toys, sit on the floor and work through some of the concerns that they're having. Definitely encourage this. A child's way of processing things that they're a little uncomfortable about is to act them out with their toys. It could be really useful if you get your toddler a little play set of an airport or some aeroplanes. Brio do a really good one. That's what Finn has. He absolutely loves it. Or if you can get some toys out that are open-ended that they can sort of imagine into that these are planes and an airport, that's really going to help them to process this. It's likely that they might invite you into their play. That's fine. If they don't, that's also okay. But if they invite you into their play, definitely get down on the floor and play with them. Assume any character that they give you. Try not to overtake with your input. Allow them to lead you. They could perhaps be somebody going on the plane and you could be the pilot, and they may have questions for your character. Just let them lead and go along with them and know that this is a really cathartic experience and this is all working really well towards having a stress-free experience on the day. Okay, my last tip is something that I haven't actually done myself, but I've been recommended this by a friend and I thought it was really cute, so I wanted to include it. It's to mark the calendar. Marking the calendar is going to help build that sense of excitement and anticipation as the flight approaches. I really like the idea of getting a little aeroplane sticker, or perhaps you could draw with a Sharpie on your calendar a little aeroplane on the day that you fly. And then you can just bring your toddler's attention to it every day. Oh look, it's only 3 days till we fly, or it's only 1 day till we fly. I'm so excited to have the experience with you. How are you feeling about it? Do you have any more questions for me? That kind of thing. Again, it opens up a dialogue with your toddler as a big day approaches. This is going to ensure that your toddler has really positive associations around what you're going to be doing. I know this seems like a lot of work, having to play with them and watch shows and read and talk to them a lot about what you're going to be doing, but it really does pay you back in dividends. It's the most wonderful experience to fly with your toddler, to go on holiday with your toddler. I absolutely love it and I hate flying, but taking Finn with me and seeing how happy he is, how excited he is to be on an aeroplane makes it a really wonderful experience for me as well. So it is 1000% worth putting a little bit of effort in just as the flight approaches. And of course, the whole point of all of this, of ensuring that your toddler feels in the know and relaxed, is so that when you get to your destination, everybody is in a positive mood, you're all well rested and relaxed and ready to start your holiday. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching my second toddler travel tips video. I'm starting to lose my voice again. I've been ill for 2 weeks, so that's why it's taken me a little while to get this video out to you, so I apologise for that. As I said, please pop back and watch video 1 in this series. I will pop a link for that below in the description. Please also like this video, subscribe to my newbie channel and hit the notification bell so you can see when I release new videos. You will also find me over on Instagram. I post quite often over there. It would be a great time to follow me because Adam, Finn and I are just about to move to Phuket. We're going in 2.5 weeks. So it's a great time to follow me, and I'll be sharing lots and lots of information about travelling with Finn to get over to Phuket, and also about us settling into our new home. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.